Sound sound വരുന്നുണ്ടോ? So good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's stream post-market live. So we will see. So we'll start off with Nifty. So these are the levels we and zones we have marked for the day in the morning pre-market the session. Here you can see that our pivot point was at nearly a 25,980 level, and the opening was pretty flat today. You can see it opened nearly at 26,030 range, and from there we had a bearish sentiments in the market and a very good bearish sentiment. I'll just change this into the lower time frame, 15 minute. Well, let's see what exactly happened with today and with respect to the levels. So these are the first 15 minutes range which I have marked for an potential entry. So here you can see that after the first 15 minutes cycle, we have nearly a 100-point range for the day. So after that, it pretty came below, okay, made a low at 25,870 levels. So which was pretty close to our support support two actually, which was at 25,850, which we have marked earlier. And from there, it again reversed and it came up to our pivot point, which was at 25,980 level. So it again came to that particular level, and from there, it couldn't sustain above. The volume was pretty low. From here, it got rejected, and again, it came back to the range levels. So A second attempt was made to the particular pivot level over here, and gradually, after this, after 2 o'clock, then it reversed again and it feed the liquidity. This zone which you have see, which you can see here is a 5 minute liquidity zone. I will show you that. So this line was drawn with respect to the liquidity zone with respect to a 5 minute in a 5 minute time frame. It is feed on that rejection from this particular point. It's feed and also it came to the 15 minutes this liquidity zone. So it closed nearly 25,890 level. So it couldn't sustain neither above our pivot point line or neither also the 26,000 level. So a clear rejection was seen again from the 26,000 level as we have witnessed it earlier. So if you change it to one day time frame, you can see here that multiple times it have reversed from this particular 26,100 level, and now also it regained this, it retest reclaimed this 26,000 yesterday, but today it couldn't sustain above this particular level. It again reversed back to and it closed nearly at 25,900 levels. So these are the case. In case of Nifty, Nifty 50, we will quickly see what exactly happened in Bank Nifty. If you see on Bank Nifty, so Bank Nifty was pretty decent move, even though it is closed in red, while showing 15 minutes time frame. So in Bank Nifty, it created a zone, a 15-minute range zone in the initial time period above the pivot line itself, but it consolidated in between our R1 and this particular pivot line. So if you see that on the third, at the 10 a.m., it clearly bounced back from this particular pivot line. The volume was pretty low, but still gradually it gained up and it came up to our first target, which was at 59,100. So from there only after the same similar to the Nifty, it again bounced, it again reversed back from this particular R1 and it came to our the pivot line and closed below our pivot line. So for the day, 58,860 was our pivot line. It closed below our particular pivot line. So we had a trading opportunity here in the Bank Nifty. If you see from this particular pivot line, it bounced back and it retested our first target, which was at 59,100. So after that also, if the short chances were also there from this particular point, it clearly projected with a doji candle. You can see clearly here a doji candle reversal was there from this particular uh, 59,100 levels. One second, one second. So in my volume, audio, is it okay now? I hope it is okay. It's because of I don't know what exactly. Maybe I'm using my earphone. So in Bank Nifty, we had two opportunities. If you see that clearly from this particular pivot line, we got an opportunity on the buying side, and it clearly came up to our R1, which was at 59,100. And from there, it again rejected. The rejection was seen here. Rejection was seen here from this particular point. We had this is 15 minutes. If you change it to 5 minutes, you can clearly see that we had a great opportunity on shorting from this particular point. So even though the Bank Nifty from this pivot line, it was consolidating, but the premium melting was also there today. But if you see that a clear short uh, opportunity was clearly visible here. So this is with respect to the Bank Nifty side. Let's have a look at Sensex. Sensex exactly mirrored Nifty. To be frank, if you see, you will clearly understand that exactly mirrored Nifty. So these are the liquidity zones of our Sensex, which I marked in 15-minute time frame. It is 15 minutes time frame, and in this also, the first 15 minute it created a long range actually. After that, it tested our first support, which was at 84,700 was our support. From here, it is after coming to this particular region, it regained and it again reversed back down to this particular pole. We had an entry opportunity for the buy side from here up to our pivot point. So clearly you can see that it was a good breakout with respect to if you see in a 15-minute time frame, it was a good volume breakout here in our support zone. This was our first support line, 84,700. We had a good opportunity over here and it again came up to this particular liquidity zone and again reverse. It was exactly mirroring the Nifty. And this, if you see, this was pretty close for 5 minutes. If you see 5 minutes, this was also 5 minute liquidity zone. This was a 5 minute liquidity zone, and again from here after 2 o'clock, you can clearly see that after trading above our pivot line, that attaining this liquidity zone again, it reversed, it rejected from this particular zone and came back to up to our morning low. It retested to our morning low session. So we will see Nifty's RSI index. We will add RSI to this. We'll change it to 1 day time frame. We'll add RSI. So if you see on relative strength index, so here you can see that so it is again after crossing over with the EMA 14 levels. This yellow line shows the EMA 14 and RSI is on the purple color. So if you see that it approached above this particular level and came up to 65, and from 65 from today's level it reversed back to reversing back to the EMA zone itself, which indicates a neutral. I expected a bullish movement today, but in the morning live, we understood that there is a chance of bearish reversal in the market, mild bearish. But still, the market sentiments is still on bullish, but this is just a weakness in the market. So you can clearly see that in this RSI index that it reversed back from the 65 levels to back to 60 levels. So these are the levels which we have marked in the morning session. We had a great opportunity in Nifty as well. If you see that on morning time, we planned a trade with respect to the this particular range breakout. So after giving a breakdown here, when it came up to here, we put out an entry up to our pivot line. So we expected a move up to the pivot line. We put out an entry for this. We gained nearly 22 points in premium. So after that, we didn't took any trade. So we had an opportunity here, but we didn't get an entry over this particular place. This was a good opportunity. If you see that a particular trend line dynamic risk support was formed here. If you can clearly see that we got a 3 point and it clearly give a breakout here and a proper retrace. You can see that clearly. See, I hope you can clearly see this is 5 minute time frame. A proper breakout was given here and a retraceable candle also appeared and again a proper. So an entry could have been possibly worked out here if you see we could have kept our particular pivot line as its SL and we could have traded up to this particular level as a first target and further to a second target at here to the second liquidity zone. So this was our trading setup, but we didn't get this entry as the moment was the premium melting was also high as it was expired. So we didn't take this entry, but you can consider it an opportunity when there is less premium theta DP. So this was also a trading opportunity we found today. We took the another entry which I discussed was over here. So I'll show you exactly how we planned that entry. So this was our confirmation. This breakout was our confirmation. So I'll change it to here. This breakout was our confirmation for the trade. So this was our confirmation, and we waited for this pullback to come. And again, when it give a breakout over this, we planned an entry over here in a way that we planned an entry in this way. Properly 1:1 we planned like that. Actually, this 1:1 ratio we planned an entry today. So we waited for it. So if you clearly see here that on a 15-minute range, this purple line shows a 15-minute range over here. This is the first 15 minutes lane, and the advantage of this level is that even if it was staying inside this particular range, also there is a 100-point difference. We would have planned for a range bound trade also. But it gave a proper breakout, and after the breakout, it reversed back to this particular level and it gave a breakout into this particular level. So we waited for a pullback to come to take an entry, and we planned an entry over here, and we gained, as I told, 22 points we gained in 3 minutes over this on a buying side. So the second trade was planned over here, but we didn't take that entry due to the theta decay. So this was happened in Nifty for us today. So these two trades were our, according to our setup, these two trades we made, and we one entry we got. And this was for the day with respect to our pivot line and everything we have discussed in the pre-market session. These were the levels for the day. We planned all these trades with respect to our pivot line and support and resistance level. So this is, I will wind up today's post-market level with this. So I hope everyone will be joining on to tomorrow's pre-market level, and they will discuss further pivot point and support resistance with respect to today's high, low, and low. So I wish everyone a good day again, and thank you. I wind up the session for the day. Tomorrow also bearish, so I expect a bearish movement. Deepak, I expect a bearish movement tomorrow also because you can see that this was our pivot line. It closed below our came up to our particular bearish one. So I expect a bearish trend also tomorrow if it is not sustaining above our particular pivot level for tomorrow. Okay, sound okay. I'm sorry for the interference, guys. I don't know exactly what happened. I'll make sure that it won't be happening next time. Thank you everyone.